was an analyst, a computer analyst for Yamaha of America's headquarters in Buena Park, California. And
Branch Davidians Jeff Little and Wayne Martin had been conducting their own investigation of the ATF using computers located inside Mount Carmel.
I think that the possibilities for Jeff Little and Wayne Martin to have been able to tap into information concerning the ATF or any other part of the federal government would be very high. I saw some information. They were collecting information on all of the ATF activities over the last several years.
In April of 1991, after Operation Desert Storm, Marine Corps fast sealift vessels returned to Port Arthur, Texas. A ship's officer, who refused an interview and does not wish to be identified, says that his ship's cargo hold was full of helicopters. Concealed inside the helicopters were thousands of weapons confiscated from captured Iraqi soldiers. These helicopters, with the weapons inside, were then loaded onto flatbed rail cars and shipped to Fort Sill, Oklahoma. It is believed that these firearms are intended for distribution to American street gangs, which are currently being converted by police agencies into law enforcement units. The weapons, of course, would not be traceable. These gangs, working with the ATF, will be used to enter civilian homes to confiscate weapons. Is it possible that Jeff Little and Wayne Martin accessed classified government computer files through a back door and had obtained this information?
Yeah, I think that it's very possible that there could have been some kind of information that they had on the computer inside the building there that was information the ATF did not want to get out, and I think they seem to be awfully anxious to get into that one window that everyone saw them going into, and there's a possibility that it might have been something besides guns they were after.
Evening settled in over the dark hills of central Texas and the long siege began. 51 days of terror, 51 days of darkness and hope and frustration, and all of America lived through it. Never before in the history of law enforcement had so many personnel exerted so much effort for so little reason. The search warrant primarily listed conversion kits, which may have altered an AR-15 assault rifle, which might have been installed by the Branch Davidians, which could have created an illegal machine gun. To make such a weapon legal, a $200 tax must be paid. Therefore, the ATF and FBI ultimately spent $7 million in order to collect $200. Did the police believe David Koresh was a vicious criminal guilty of kidnapping, rape, murder, and all sorts of heinous crimes? No, they did not. McLennan County Sheriff Jack Harwell knew David on a first-name basis, and in 1987, following a shootout with George Roden, had arrested David and searched the property without incident. Americans everywhere sat in the comfort of their homes and watched the drama unfold. They witnessed the trampling of the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Those who seek to control guns will also try to control people. Those who control the masses care not for the lives of innocent men, women, and children. The standoff at Mount Carmel gradually evolved into a surreal cosmic struggle between good and evil, freedom and slavery, free will and tyranny. The next day, Monday, March 1, dawned clear and bright, however. A radio talk show host in Dallas, Ron Engelman, refused to toe the official government line and took up the cause of the Branch Davidians.
I'll see you guys out there, and then I'll give you that book out there, the NAFTA agreements. I'm going to give you both. You can take the other one to the library out there. All right, man.
The standoff continues in Waco this evening.
The KGBS radio personality wants to take a van into the compound with 2 surgeons to treat any wounded Branch Davidians.
We're treating these people worse than we treat prisoners of war. Prisoners of war get medical attention. Nobody is receiving medical attention in there.
Could be any about
Charlotte, you're not answering the question. You're talking around it. Just answer the question. Do you
No, I
believe?
don't believe it.
Okay, then if you don't believe...
Why did they kill Randy Weaver's wife? Why did they kill Randy Weaver's 14-year-old son by shooting him in the back 4 times? Our government has run amok. The FBI, and particularly the ATF, that's the problem. The first article they wrote says in the article they have a 50 caliber machine gun. Well, they've never been able to find that 50 caliber machine gun. I'm just saying what the ATF did was illegal. Why are they coming into our state the way they're coming in here and just acting like a bunch of renegades? The entire Branch Davidians were hostages of the ATF. They didn't surrender. They were leaving their homes when they left.
Ron Engelman was outraged over the attack on this peaceful religious commune. The siege was underway and Ron wanted to help.
Monday morning, I decided I'm going to tear him a new ass, the ATF. I go to work Monday morning. On my way to work, I'm listening to...
His position on the ATF stirred up a lively debate, and Ron Engelman became the target of much criticism from the establishment press.
And we were critical of Ron that we didn't think he should get involved in that part of the process, that he could have caused set David Koresh off in some way or another. We don't know.
Throughout that first Sunday evening, some of the Branch Davidian children were sent out in exchange for the FBI allowing a message from David Koresh to be broadcast over Dallas station KRLD.
My Father, my God, who sits on the throne in heaven, has given me a book of 7 seals. In Revelation 10, verse 7 of this sealed book, the mystery of God is to be finished.
David Koresh
as God has declared to his servants,
believed,
the prophets.
as do all of the Branch Davidians to this day,
Revelation 22,
that they were at the 5th seal. And the 5th seal meant that there was going to be something was going to happen to those that believe in God. At that night, as he was able to broadcast and give messages over the radio, in order for him to do that, he would have to force 2 or 3 children to leave their home, to leave their parents and go into the custody of